Welcome to the Fasting Podcast, Wow, Wellness and Optimal Weight. I'm your host, Julie Phillips, certified natural health professional in Tampa, Florida for 2 decades. In the weekly episodes, you'll discover little-known facts, simplified approaches, insights from the wellness coach perspective, valuable tips, and amazing wellness tools and technologies like the Mitochondria Nutrients we'll talk about in this episode. This is episode 37, Mitochondria and Fasting. The mitochondria are our cellular batteries, and these are being abused by the standard American diet, SAD or SAD, which is now across many countries, not just America. The poor diet with the junk food are really causing our bodies to experience what we call insulin resistance. Even when you eat white bread, it breaks down into simple sugars, and so much sugar in the standard American diet has caused our cells to picture putting your hands over each ear saying, enough, I'm tired, I can't take it anymore. Insulin resistance now is going to have difficulty getting the right nutrients inside the cellular batteries. The cellular batteries are now powering down. So as we continue on with a poor diet, we get lower and lower energy. So we're experiencing less energy, less repair in the body, more health issues, and don't miss the next episode 38 for the companion topic of glycation, which is a premature aging that very few people teach about, super important, and the mitochondria nutrients we're going to talk about in here have actually been proven to help that significantly rather quickly. There are a number of diseases that are considered glycemic and mitochondria diseases. Many diseases are caused or worsened by excess simple sugars and a lack of cellular or mitochondria nutrition and energy. And the leader of the pack, type 2 diabetes. I'll read the list from the doctor I shadowed. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism is a mitochondria disease, certain cancers, autoimmune disease, congestive heart failure, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and even premature aging of the skin and body. As the body's energy powerhouse, the mitochondria are generating something called ATP. That stands for adenosine triphosphate, which is the fuel that runs our body and allows it to do all of its work in the body. The quality of our mitochondria and its fuel, and even the number of mitochondria, are all important in the quality of our health. And as we age, our number of mitochondria tend to deplete, and the damage to their fuel tends to increase if we're following the SAD. The mitochondria does so many more things in addition to creating the energy. It actually controls the cell signaling and communication, the cell growth, and cell death, which is important when you get into the cancer topic. Proper nutrients are allowing creation of ATP, and when the situation's correct, can actually allow the body to create brand new mitochondria that never existed. Isn't that amazing? If you want to learn more about the Mitochondria Nutrients, which is one of our WOW Lifeboat tools, check out bonus podcast episode 2 called the Power Blast Program, which combines these nutrients with a form of the extended fast. Very excellent, and actually a lot of Koreans have been using this program with amazing results. The 3 key components of the mitochondria nutrients. The first one I nicknamed the rice. The second one I nicknamed the squirt, and the third the dirt, the rice, squirt, dirt. Let's talk about the rice. They have a multi-million-dollar milling machine that to get just a single pound of purple rice powder or brown rice powder, 60 to 100 pounds of organic rice from Siam, Thailand, which is super pure with very little toxicity. And they break this down, the rice powder, into a rare alpha molecular format, not a beta. Every bond that needs to be broken is broken in their process, requiring virtually no digestion, able to cross the blood-brain barrier. And my mentors in Mexico taught me how they have taken people with multi-year comas and taken this rice powder and put it down in the mouth below the gum line between the cheek and the gum, since it can go right in through the tissue and into the blood-brain barrier. Amazing things have been reported, even people with vision problems. There is a thing called mitochondrial blindness, by the way, and people with lack of movement in certain parts of their body. It's just amazing. In fact, if you would like to see a picture, you can either look at the YouTube version of this podcast episode, or you can go to our website that'll be stated at the end, and you can look at the slides. There's a picture of a baby that the doctor I shadowed examined. On day 2, he had pulled a cup of mama's tea water down all over his head and even some on his neck, and he has major second and third degree burns, big holes in his face. That's day 2. They used the Mitochondria Nutrients and a little bit of colloidal silver spray internally and topically. And on day 10, it looks like a new baby. Amazing. That shows you what's possible. And I've seen these mitochondria nutrients produce amazing results in almost any kind of health goal that I've seen taken on in over a decade. So what's in the rice powder? It has 3 primary things that are fueling the creation of ATP: saccharides, phenols, and peptides. The peptides are not just used to create the ATP energy, they're also available to help with the repair of the body. The peptides are protein building blocks, and much of the body that needs fixing is made of protein. Don't miss the next episode 38, because it's related to this same topic in these mitochondria nutrients. You'll hear in episode 38, Glycation and Fasting, how the premature aging issue has been proven to be helped in a significant way by these very nutrients we're talking about. So that was the rice. The squirt is a concentrated water catalyst with minerals. And when you just pump a few pumps into your water that you're going to be drinking, they actually use this and sprayed it on the baby's face as well as one of the things they did. It provides oxygen, which is needed in the ATP along with those other nutrients we already talked about. But the oxygen is really vital for the process. And the squirt, that we nicknamed it, helps with hydration into the cells and helps to balance the body's pH. The third component, rice squirt dirt. The dirt is from prehistoric plants the dinosaurs ate, taken from soil beds inside the United States. The humic fulvic acid is the very one that was tested by the National Institute of Health, and they said showed efficacy against all 5 major viruses that they tested. A few of the viruses are hepatitis C, chickenpox/shingles, herpes simplex 1 and 2, H1N1 influenza. The reason it's so helpful with viruses because it inhibits the integrase enzyme that they use to drill into our cells, so they have trouble getting inside, reproducing, and harming us. Also efficacy with bacteria. And the doctor I shadowed said that normally when bad bacteria are trying to harm us, they tend to coil up their DNA, and the humic fulvic inhibitor can have the effect of uncoiling their DNA. These also, the bad bacteria, have trouble getting in the cells, reproducing, and harming us. Also, very helpful with toxins and heavy metals. Let's talk about the fasting perspective. If you're doing fasting, it can give more time for digestion and assimilation of nutrients. It can give more quality of digestion and assimilation of nutrients because you're giving your digestive system a break, your whole system, including the intestines, during the fasting period. So those can better feed the mitochondria. So that's important. Fasting can also offer more time for the mitochondria to get their energy from the body to burn the toxin-laden fat. So now if you're in a fasting mode, the body might be able to achieve burning toxin-laden fat that can result in ketones, which is the alternative fuel source designed for periods of starvation. So that can be helpful to the mitochondria to get this alternative fuel source called ketones. We can run the whole system with the very efficient ketone fuel source. So fasting people may also be making better choices of food and drink than the typical consumer, resulting in better fueling of the mitochondria and perhaps more new mitochondria if you do it right. Mitochondria nutrients now since they don't require digestion, will definitely not break a fast while adding super fuel for any kind of health goal that you have. And peptides in the mitochondria nutrients are not a hinder if you're worrying about, oh, peptides are building blocks of protein, so will they shut down autophagy if I'm trying to do an extended fast? And the answer is no. These peptides go right into the system. They don't touch the digestive system. They're not going to be a hindrance to your autophagy. So in the next episode, 38, there's a big link with fasting and glycation premature aging that we have not discussed yet. Possible next steps, watch the next episode for sure because it's the companion, episode 38 on glycation and fasting. Watch previous episodes, refer others, check out our website, www.thefastingpodcastwow.com. Watch the WOW video, Wellness and Optimal Weight, www.lifeboatdoctors.com, and give us a great review if you're a podcaster. We hope you give us 5 stars on iTunes, and YouTubers, we hope you like this video and subscribe. Please let other people know because we don't advertise our podcast. Stay positive, focused, and determined because it's true. Where the mind goes, energy flows.